Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're here with the dreaded matchup. It's going to be Slaanesh versus Tzeentch. I would probably say this is the hardest matchup in the game for Slaanesh. They can really snipe your characters, but as far as the build goes, we do have the Herald, Double Cultist, as well as some Seekers to deal with like Forsaken, Chaos Knights, and some Marauders to hold objectives. Now, the one thing you have to be very careful about in this matchup is getting your characters sniped, because Tzeentch can basically come in with the Flying Chicken. They can use Gaze of Fate, they can use Blue Fire, and then they basically reset Blue Fire using the Scroll of Tomorrow to reset all their cooldowns, and they blast you twice, which with the very squishy Heralds can put you in a horrible, horrible situation. So we really have to be careful with this. Honestly, I think some of the more meta builds for Slaanesh, probably against Tzeentch on this game mode, on domination mode, is going to be just not bringing a Lord in your starting army and then bringing it later after your opponent has used most of their spells and magic on other things. But in this case, I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive and see if I do get punished for it. The idea is to push up these Shielded Marauders, to eat some of the firepower, summon Demonettes on the back line, which can chase down pretty much any of their units, and yeah, potentially do some good damage. I mean, if they do have like some Flamers in the back line, I think the Demonettes will kill them very quickly, because Demonettes are actually faster than Flamers. Flamers of Tzeentch can actually kite very effectively now. So again, we got the Shadowcaster, we got Pendulum as well as Malkoths, and the ability to summon some Furies. And the big issue with dealing with the Tzeentch sniping in this matchup is you don't really have the tools to deal with their Air Force, right? They just fly overhead, they get the chicken, they just roast you with all their spells, and you can summon your own Furies, but Slaanesh Furies actually lose head-to-head against Tzeentch Furies pretty bad, and they have Doom Knights, they also have their Lords of Change up in the sky, so you can't really play that game. So I'm hoping that my character squad, I can get them into the trees real quick, and he won't like notice them until maybe it's a little bit too late for him. Aside from that, we're going to go for Marauders. They're going to push up in the middle, and we have a couple Seekers, because I think Seekers are like a nice, well-rounded choice. The Hellscourge Cavalry, which we do have in reinforcement, so quick look at our reinforcement pool here. These guys are good. They hit pretty hard against the blue and pink horrors, but if he does go Forsaken and Chaos Knights, like they're going to struggle pretty badly. So I think that the choice of the Seekers of Slaanesh here is pretty good. Aside from that, let's see what else we got. Yeah, Furies, you still want to bring them. Having that mobility on the battlefield and the just ability to respond to something very quickly, I think is quite good. We got one Chariot, we have one Exalted Demonette, because I really like just kind of surprising somebody with one of these to like back cap an objective, because they buzzsaw through pretty much everything they hit. And Marauders, and that's pretty much it. So first, let's get these guys in the trees. Let's hide, let's keep it secret and safe. And he does have a Herald of Tzeentch with metal. Looks like it's going to be Final Transmutation. Yep, going to be trying to snipe. And double Doom Knight, interesting. So yeah, we just got to hide our characters for now, and I don't feel too bad against this. It's not like a Kairos build. This is certainly strong because the Doom Knights can really just do a ton of damage. But if he messes up like once and I'm able to get on the Doom Knights, he is going to be in big danger. And yeah, he went with an armor build. So you can see here he's got like Doom Knights of Tzeentch. He does have the, more Doom Knights, Forsaken, and Forsaken. Yeah, so the armor piercing we brought to the table here is actually going to be quite good. Now the Iridescent Horror, or the Herald of Tzeentch, does have a shooting attack that I have to be careful of. So we're just going to kind of hang in the bushes for as long as possible and try and get the objective here. That's kind of the one weakness of his build, is that it's not very good against holding objectives really. So let's get some Marauder Spheres down to the low ground, see if they can hold that, although we'll move them up first and then go from there. So is he actually going to fly and attack? Yeah, he's scouting into the trees, so he's going to find my characters. Chaos Furies of Slaanesh are actually quite good against Doom Knights. They trade pretty darn well, so we could always save a bunch of resources and surprise him with like 4 of those or something, right? So maybe he's going to go for the characters here. He's going to also probably try and get a Final Transmutation, so I should spread out my characters a little bit just so they don't get like popped in the face. All right, so we're going to just move up on the objective here while he tries to snipe us. Let's get these guys moving up and up, and the Spheres can move down to this objective. And if he wants to attack Spheres with his Doom Knights, I'm more than okay with that. So yeah, he's shooting at the Cavalry for now, no problem. Moving up, moving up. What does he have here? Some blues. Alrighty, so we're definitely going to need to use our Marauders to get some value here, but summoning Demonettes on top of Forsaken or behind them is going to be really strong, I think. Is he going after the Spears? No, so we're just going to save our resources. With Slaanesh, you can respond to threats like super quickly, so sometimes it's prudent to do that. I'm just going to go for the old 2-cap. Just kind of keep juking about. He's sniping with his character, but not really doing too much damage. I could even just bring on another Seeker right now, but I do like the idea of having like a surprise big force to kind of push. All right, so we're going to fan out, because he's probably going to Final Transmutation my Lord here, I would imagine. Yeah, he really wants it. You can tell. All right, so here are the Forsaken. So we're going to run here, move you guys around, and then you can go ahead. Nope, he's going back into the trees. Not going to fall for it. Clever creature. All right, so what are these in the back? These are Chaos Knights of Tzeentch? Wow, he's going like big armor, huh? All right, so pull you guys back under. Looks like he wanted some of that, but we are able to maneuver. Very good. So you guys can go ahead and pull back here. And now let's summon in some Furies for the 1 and 2 and bring those guys up. And now we can go ahead and jump on those Doom Knights. I think that's going to be a pretty good trade for us. Doom Knights also got a good jump right there, but we need to summon some Demonettes behind them to lock them down, pull you guys back. And the Herald of Shadows needs to go ahead and do the dreaded pendulum right here on them and really just try and give him the business. All right, so yeah, now he becomes the one who's getting swarmed by a bunch of Furies, although I don't know why these ones didn't come out here. Demonettes are behind them. Let's go ahead and jump on them here. These guys can kind of keep pulling back, and let's get more and more of these big flyers there. So pretty nice little blob punishment right there. Doom Knight's still getting Shrek'd pretty good, and we should be able to get behind these guys and then attack them here, and attack like this. Very good. And how's our Shadowcaster doing? Yeah, the final transmutation certainly hit pretty hard there, but I don't think it's the end of the world. So let's get some more speedy cav on the flank. Yeah, really nice opening from him. He's got a lot of scary stuff. We didn't quite get those Doom Knights either. A bunch of them just kind of survived here, which is problematic. So let's go ahead and toggle fly and get you guys down to the ground and get you guys here. You go after these Furies. And yeah, so now we're on the objective. We do have the objectives captured. Demonettes are still running around. Let's see if they can jump here and jump here. And we could also pendulum these Chaos Knights here. Oh, he moved at the last second. Damn. I was hoping you wouldn't notice that, but he did see it. That would have been a really good overcast too. Would have been super nasty. Yeah, we do have the objective advantage. All right, so let's charge in there, charge in there. We don't have Narcissism yet, so we're going to need that. And I think the back objective is safe. Yeah, we do have the 2 cap on him right now. Chaos Knights swarming in wherever they can, but we are about to get a big sandwiching charge on those guys. And where are our other Seekers? Here they are. Yeah, so we're all over these Chaos Knights right now, getting some pretty good value. He's certainly ahead on value, though. What does he have coming in now? A bunch of those. All right, let's get some Hellscourge Cavalry. They'll be pretty okay at kind of cleaning things up a little bit. And yeah, the Furies did a good job there. We got some Marauders that can push back in. Let's go ahead and get these guys off the objective, and the Chaos Knights, we need to just finish melting them. We can use Melkoff to try and get there. And does he have any other like power players coming in? Yeah, mainly Chaos Furies. So let's get behind those if we can. We can even attack the Doom Knights with them. They don't have a ton of armor piercing, but hopefully they'll do the trick. Yeah, the Furies piling into the back was really nice. And we do have another Seeker summon. What are these? Forsaken of Tzeentch? Yeah, let's summon some of them. Can use the speed buff to get the big push in the whole army here. Continue the blob fight. And what else do we want? Furies and Furies. All right, so let's get our Furies out there to just stack Furies upon Furies, and hopefully our summons will do the trick. I can't believe my Lord is still alive after all this. It's usually one of the first things that goes when you're playing the old Tzeentch. All right, so how are the Seekers doing in combat? Battling Doom Knights, a little bit problematic. We didn't really get as much damage as we wanted to here. And yeah. It's a scary fight. We're going to have to get some good pendulums to get back in this game for sure. We had a couple of big misses, which were very unfortunate. All right, let's finish off those Chaos Knights of Tzeentch. How are the Demonettes doing? Good, good. Keep piling in. Keep getting on those Doom Knights. And the 2 characters can keep grinding. This is actually a good opportunity for us to get back here a little bit. Yeah, some of the Forsaken are getting quite beat up. Now, do we have any good expensive cavalry? Not really, just Hellscourges. Well, it's going to have to do. We can have some Hellscourges go for his blues, although honestly, I think the blues might actually win that fight, which is pretty embarrassing. How embarrassing. All right, so get in there. He's trying to snipe my character, it looks like. The Demonettes are fighting reasonably hard. We have Forsaken in there. That is pretty much it. Our poor Lord is really having a lot of problems here. Nice, we got some Chaos Furies here that we could potentially just hammer with our cavalry. The final transmutations have been quite brutal. Let's get back, get the Demonettes, keep fighting against those characters, and we are holding the objectives. Yeah, we're winning on the objectives, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, and our poor characters is going into the trash can here, as are our Demonettes. All right, so let's move in again, see if we can get a big like surrounding charge. Maybe we need to save up for more stuff. The Cultists we're not too worried about, but he's pulled ahead on value pretty heavily here. All right, moving on to the objective. Do we have enough to actually like threaten him? I don't think so. So pull you guys back. Get back here, yes. Our poor Cultist being hunted. And I think we can turn and try and fight those Furies really quick. We're still holding the objective because he basically has no infantry on there. And now let's start playing some mobility games. Like, we can't... These blob fights against him have been really bad because of the final transmutation. Can we actually get you guys away from that? Yeah, with the fast cavalry. Looks like there's some sort of a weird bombardment spell going down there. Okay, good. We actually did dodge that, which is decent. Keep you guys in the middle, and let's see if we can get any freebies on these Furies over here. We got to start playing very tactical, because we're behind quite a bit on points. Our 2 Cultists kind of blew their payload, and we're going to have to do some like big run-by type plays. All right, so let's get you... Position you guys here and go for. We're gonna go for his back objective for sure once we clean this up. These are Doom Knights of Tzeentch who have the full Protoss shield, so they're gonna be very, very strong. And let's move back here, get you down there. We have the what's it called? The Narcissism right now, so we can definitely do some work there. All right, Spears, keep it up. What other cheap cavalry can we get? We can actually de-summon you guys, I think, which is gonna be fine. And we can now push for the back objective. Yeah, for sure, that's gonna be the play. So we need to back cap and force him to like extend in weird angles and things like that. And then maybe we can get some pressure on the middle, but until then, it's going to be very, very tricky. All right, so jumping on them, let's stay out of their line of sight. You come in as well. I mean, is there any point? I think we actually just de-summon you. And the other ones, yeah, we're going to need them actually in combat, so let's go down there. All right, so the back cap is on the way. Still learning the ways of Slaanesh. Ooh, man, this is a lot of sniping nastiness. And then I think these are both Hell Scourges, unfortunately. Okay. Yeah, we can get you guys around the back. I was hoping one of them would be like a Seeker so we could get the devastating charge, but now he's moving here. So this is our opportunity to slam jam, space jam into the middle a little bit. So what are these? These are just like Forsaken? Yeah, let's get in there and hammer those guys. Cool, so yeah, getting whatever value we can. We do have Narcissism, so we can use it to snare those Doom Knights in place while we get the big surround and potentially melt this entire position. All right, looks good. Let's see if we can win a fight down there. And over here in the front, how are our cavalry doing? Not as good as I would like, but maybe with some of these little Furies in here, we can potentially do something. Let's move these spears up to the middle too, because he's pretty much fully abandoned the middle to deal with this back cap here, which I think is a good call. We are melting quite a few units, but not as much as I need to. Yeah, you can see we're definitely taking a lot. How are these Seekers performing so badly versus Forsaken, man? There's some nasty stuff. And let's go ahead and get some, spears up to the middle or something, see if we can get that middle objective. Back here, the fight actually is going reasonably well. A lot of their units are getting quite worn down. We could use the Pavane of Slaanesh, yeah, and that Fury surround was pretty good. That definitely will help do the trick here, as now we can objective rush for the middle here. And the Doom Knights are fighting Seekers, which is good. We did not get that objective, which is a shame, but it did allocate, or like force the allocation of a ton of his resources to that position. All right, let's get some anti-large cavalry. Just stick them onto the middle with that 100 speed that we have. The Marauders take a little bit longer to get there. Yeah, he's got Forsaken moving to the middle as well. That's going to be very tricky. And it looks like these cavalry are routing off the back of the map, but how much value did they actually get? Let's see. Yeah, pretty good, 1900, yeah. So they've actually had a pretty good performance this game. Many of these guys quite beat up. Good, good. Get the Marauders on the objective. And we could use Pavane of Slaanesh to... Oh, this actually could be a pretty cool play, so check this out. Although they have to be a little bit more damage for us to rampage them, so I don't think that's going to work out too well. Furies, stay on the ground, keep attacking. Let's see if we can pull these Furies into the ground and just get a freebie here. Yeah, that'd be actually pretty nice. Marauders moving in, and what else do we have? We got Spears moving up on the objective, might be able to capture that. These guys can run into the trees. Maybe they could even turn and fight those guys, but the Doom Knights are on their way back, and truly are the doom of me right now. We'll do a Vanguard play. The back cap, we're actually still pretty close to capturing that back objective. So if we could get like a random like Hell Scourge cavalry back there, we might actually be able to just get that, which would be pretty wild. All right, so yeah, we've cleaned up a couple Furies here. We got the Slaanesh Spears parking on the objective. Doom Knights are on their way, but let's pull these cavalry back now. These little Anteater cavalry, which are pretty hilarious. We'll go ahead and use the speed to give my entire army even more speed. Although he's got more and more infantry getting down there, yeah. Pretty close to getting this. What are these, Doom Knights into Spears? That's actually pretty good for us. Yeah, and we can creep around the back. And then you guys can go down here too. Is there any more speedy cavalry we can get? Just Furies, really. Our Furies do have good armor piercing though, so potentially useful here. Potentially useful. All right, so we're heading down with some Hell Scourges. Let's go jump on those guys. These cavalry are luring a bunch of his Furies. Maybe we can like lure them to the back spawn zone and see if he wants to like chase us back there. We're about to get control of the middle because we have the double infantry on it, so that's really good. And these Furies can just kind of chill out a little bit. We got to make sure that, yeah, the blues aren't actually shooting right there, so that's good. And what are these, Chaos Knights of Tzeentch? Yeah, let's pull back this way. And did we get the middle objective? It looks like we're about to capture it, just barely. Yeah, it's a close game in terms of points. His fights with the final transmutations have been going a lot better, though, for him. Just like massively out-trading us in that regard. All right, so hopefully the Hell Scourges can beat some blues. And the Spears will hold a little bit longer in the middle. We're going to summon in whatever we can. Maybe we can come back here and like get on top of these Forsaken. I think that's going to be the best bet that we get. And cool, yeah, so we get in there. Our Furies slam into his Furies. Our Hell Scourges seem to be doing pretty good. We're going to go for the back objective again. If we win this game, I'm going to be super shocked. His initial engagements were so much better than mine. He had like the Doom Knight, the armor, like I did not trade well against the armor. Because when they have flying against you, it's just like they have so much they have so much of an advantage in terms of getting the jump on you. It's really tough. Spears are holding like champs. How's it going back here? It seems like the blues are holding on okay. We need to get behind them and just like crumble them. Yeah, so let's get back there and then attack. Looks good. He's got some more dudes moving down there, mostly Furies and just kind of like cheaper units. And the middle is mine at the moment, but not for much longer. So yeah, we need to go back here and see what we can do. So the blues are being crumbled. We got some more Hell Scourge lads coming. If I could only get like a little bit more in terms of snare here, that'd be really, really nice. My characters just got like their source code deleted from the game, dude. It was some bad business. All right, so now I think we've done enough in the back. Like, we have to potentially do like a consolidated push like up in the middle to try and jack that from him. So we're gonna summon like a couple Marauders and send them up here and just hope for the best. And hopefully he'll be like kind of busy here. Oh, how did he get the route on those guys? Man, it's a shame they broke. All right, so the Hell Scourges get behind him. Is he gonna react with the Doom Knights? Yeah, he is. The Doom Knights are actually coming in here. And these guys can creep around there. We got a couple spears moving up in the middle. It's going to be very tough to capture those, though. I don't think I have enough to beat him on just one objective. I don't, unfortunately. But we'll keep pressuring the other two. We'll keep pressuring the other two and seeing if we can maybe get a nice grab here. Doom Knights coming in. Yeah, it's going to be very tough. Doom Knights are basically a hard counter against those guys. And we could do one more consolidated like infantry push, but the Chaos Knights of Tzeentch will basically wreck all my infantry here. Let's see if we can like lure them away. Because if we can like ninja cap that middle objective, maybe we can do some sort of like funny business. One more Seeker would be really nice. Okay, so he's summoning a bunch of blues, which are going to that back objective, I think. Getting the middle, we're gonna need a Seeker here, like stat. Let's get the sacrifice here. And it looks like there's some sort of a final transmutation going down there. All right, so let's move there. Do we have enough for the one? I don't think so. It's gonna be very tight. It's pretty cool though, because despite like Tzeentch being able to really outvalue us with the like the air and like some of the other tools, it's still a pretty close game. Like pretty darn close. I mean, I'm just gonna fall back to this. Yeah, I don't think I quite have enough. I think he just barely gets us. So we move in there, and we can just get some Furies to move on to the objective as well. And that should kill those Forsaken pretty quickly. We can Pavane of Slaanesh these guys to rampage them. And just get you guys on the back objective here. Oh my god, are we actually potentially gonna get this? That'd be some crazy shit. All right, Seekers, keep fighting. Infantry on the back objective. Oh my god, it's so close. The Chaos Knights are gonna get there, but I don't think they'll get it super quick, especially if my infantry are on top of it. Oh my god, look at this, guys. Oh my god, look how close it is. Holy shit. Oh, I think he gets it, just barely, dude, just barely. Man, how many points is this gonna be? Dude, he's gonna get me by like, oh my god, a 10-point game. GG, well played. Yeah, I gotta learn Slaanesh better for sure. But that was a lot of fun. Well played to him, man. He had a really, I mean, yeah, pretty standard. This is kind of like what Anticity really liked to use. Although Anticity didn't use a Metalcaster in the builds we played. It was mainly just using an Air Force Cheese Squad, because if he had gone for like a Exalted Lord of Change with like the sniping spells, my Lords would have been dead in the first like 2 minutes. So I had a better chance against this build for sure. But really, his engagements in the beginning were just better. Like he outvalued me. What happened was, you know, he had the flying, so I can't get the counter charge on him with Slaanesh. That's very problematic, right? So he just gets the charge on you and then gets to dictate the pace of the fights. So my Seekers, one of them did okay. The two Heralds probably not so good. And, you know, honestly, I really didn't like the build. It just felt weak overall. But yeah, well played to him. Pretty good stuff. Like the flying, the sniping against like the blob. So when Slaanesh comes into blob fight and like Alpha Strike you punish them with the final transmutation. How much value did he get from that anyways? Let's see. 3,300. Very good stuff. Beautiful. And yeah, Forsaken are also quite good. So taking a look back at Slaanesh, like what I would do differently in that matchup, I'd probably go for like just like a wider army with no lords and characters. Like they just felt like they were just fodder, and they just were getting sniped and poked and just nuked. Because this character can just sit there and shoot you, and yeah, it's really nasty. Well played to him. That was a great game. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. I'm going to continue my learning trajectory for Slaanesh. I feel like they're one of the factions I really need to improve on. We can go back to the drawing board here real quick. So let's go to multiplayer lobbies, host a lobby there, and take a look. Like, what would I do with Slaanesh differently here? I'd probably just cut you guys, and then you have 4,000 to work with. You could go for like a soul grinder, like anti-large, armor piercing. Fiends are okay, but like, man, they get the jump on you with everything because of the flying. You just can't contest that. I guess you just have to like layer up and just have like a wider force, right? The Seekers feel like the only thing that can really deal Doom Knights and Forsaken though, and Chariots feel a little bit haggard too. I feel like they're going to get roadblocked, but yeah, definitely cutting the characters and bringing a Lord like in your reinforcing army. You could even do something really crazy like this. This actually might be really good against that style of play we just saw because you have the double anti-large, but yeah, super fun. Well, anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Let me know your thoughts on the matchup and what you would do differently, aside from not getting caught in huge final transmutations, which I did. And we'll see you guys next time. Take care of yourselves.